Okay, so we're diagnosing a no crank, no start. I just wanted to show everybody a few easy checks they can make without any tools or equipment. If you're stranded and your vehicle will not crank and will not start. Typically, I mean, when your car is not cranking, it's going to be an electrical issue. Probably the first thing you want to check is, is your battery dead? So you can always start by trying to jump start your vehicle, maybe get some help, hook some jumper cables to it. That's probably going to be your first line of defense. In this case, what the customer is complaining about is it's intermittent. So we know it's not a battery issue because sometimes it starts right up. And see, I'll show you. I'll see if I can get it to do it here. But okay, see, actually that time it did not start. And that time it did. Okay, so we'll keep doing this until it acts up again. All right, right there, see it's not starting. So in this particular case, all I'm gonna do is wiggle the key here, and then it fires up. So what that tells me is the ignition switch, the electronic part inside of here that sends power to the starter, is actually going bad. The contacts in there are getting weak, and by me wiggling this, it's enabling that switch to make contact. So this vehicle is going to need an ignition switch. So that's something you can try right there. You check your battery, and then you're going to want to try and wiggle the ignition switch itself. Also, if this vehicle is not in park all the way, if I throw this sucker in reverse and I try to crank it, it's not going to start. So in some cases you could also have a bad park neutral switch. Now if you put it in neutral, it will start. See? So if you have a bad park neutral switch, a lot of times if you put it in neutral, say you put it in park and you can't start it, you want to go ahead and try and put it in neutral and see if it will start. If it does, then that would indicate you have a bad park neutral switch. But those are just a couple of quick easy checks you can make if you get stranded and your vehicle is a no start, no crank, and hopefully be able to get you out of a bind. You can check too is if you're turning your key to the run position and it's not cranking over, but you're hearing a clicking noise under the hood, typically that's going to mean that your battery is either weak or your starter is going out. Now if your mechanic can count it all, probably I'd say a good 80% of the time, if you have somebody tap on that starter while you're trying to crank it, they'll end up cranking over. Usually the brushes in the starter get worn, and just by giving it a tap, sometimes you can get it to get a few more cranks out of it. And I guess I'll just add, this isn't for a crank, no crank, no start, but if you have a crank, no start, you can also sometimes jump start the fuel pump. If it's a fuel issue, you can bang on the fuel tank if your vehicle's cranking and not starting. So just a few checks you guys can do if you get stranded. So just want to make a quick little video showing what we had on this particular vehicle, which is going to be an ignition switch. Hope this video was helpful. If it was, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. Flat Rate Mechanic. Till next time.